Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Into the 99, where we have 99 cards because Commander's number one. I'm one of your hosts, Brian. I'm joined today with my good friend, Slothy, who over the weekend, I found out his first name. I won't say it. I'll leave it for the people who are live in Edmonton that I was being incredibly disrespectful. We were very, very hostile to one another, killing each other in every game, which was funny.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was a good time.
And where were we this weekend, Slothy?
So we were at CommandFest in Edmonton, hanging out with a bunch of people up there.
It was a unique on a personal note, but also a very fun trip. I had an absolute blast.
Yeah, it was everything that I was thinking it was going to be, and then some.
Right.
It just went perfectly.
There's some cherries on the tops there.
Yeah, exactly.
The drive was long though. Like the drive up there was like a 3.5 hour drive.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't the one driving, so I wasn't really paying attention. I was just talking. Which is what we like to do here.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of our whole deal.
So me, Daniel, and Kaylin went up on the Thursday night. We arrived and we set up the tables and everything along those lines. We snagged ourselves a nice little corner, little slice of heaven, right? And we set and then we headed back to the hotel. Slothy and Emma didn't come up until Friday morning. But actually you arrived like perfectly on time. So the event to me, I was really excited because like I've only been there as a goer, right? An attendee. It's really neat being the first kind of convention for us as a content creator.
Yeah, it was a really cool experience to get out there and just kind of be a big part of all of that.
Like I even had to snag this.
Oh, I noticed that.
I had to snag the schedule here for monumental sake, or just for my memoirs. I'm gonna have to try to fold it up and put it into a book somewheres.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know you ended up getting that.
Oh yeah, before even like on our way there, I think I messaged Kelly and I was like, "Yo, I don't know if you guys are gonna use these again or just like end up throwing them away." I was like, "If I could grab one of those, I would like to."
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Along with us there, or sorry, were you gonna mention?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So along with us, there was Wizards of the North, I believe Matt Caster Mage, the Spike Feeders, Commander Cookout. I don't know if Air Bubbles and Zebax as cosplayers. Jess from Wizards of the North is cosplayer. And then there was a few different artists. There was Zara, Ellis, Jeff. I think there was 2 Jeffs.
Yeah, I think so.
And I picked up some again to, I guess, commemorate the trip. I picked up some prints and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure you did too, right?
Yeah, we picked up one of the ones from Zara. It's absolutely stunning art. It's kind of like a lady covered in moths. It's just very, very well done.
Is she the one walking across the pond?
No. It's just kind of looking up.
I was gonna say I might have got that one. I actually got her angel one.
Oh yeah. That's pretty.
Yeah, and then got a Mull Drifter from. There's so much glare. but the people actually, like, we set up, we got our cameras going actually, which was a great test for us. I love that we were able to actually go out and record games with people.
Yeah, I think that was really, really neat that and a lot of people actually were mentioning this, that the setup that we had was thriving in that setting. We
Yeah.
got like at least 10 games recorded throughout the weekend.
Yeah, I believe 9 or 10 games. Like, I think that's really great too. And you know what? Like, the sky's the limit with the setup. So, like, we should be able to, for future conventions and stuff we attend, again, be able to get games in and record them. And then our fans and people that come out and get in games will be able to have their piece on the YouTubes.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Or a lot of very fun games were recorded there.
I know during I'm terrible with names. Isaiah, pretty sure that's his name. In the game that we played where I had our protection, and I was able to take him out with a little 1/1 protection from red and black. Since then he's like, I want my revenge. So over the weekend I had a nemesis, and I'm pretty sure I got 3 games in with him. Second game, I still got him out.
He got you in the third one, though?
Third one, we had to, I believe we had to actually pick up because there was an event that we had to go to.
Oh, okay.
Or we, didn't get our third game in. I can't remember 100%. The weekend was a flash.
Yeah. It went by very quickly.
I'm exhausted. I'll be honest. I was like, yesterday, I was like, I'm peopled out. I got home, showered and everything, and then I was just kind of sat in the other room and looked through cards and just kind of stretched and everything. And I was like, it's so quiet.
Yeah. Yeah, something I noticed when I got home too. There's no noise and it was glorious.
No one yelling, hello, Magic players.
No one mentioning how the best format is Legacy.
Oh, that was funny. We ended up having a few drinks with some people in the bar at the hotel. There was a jacuzzi or a hot tub at the hotel too, so we actually ended up meeting and talking with people like while we were up there that were in for the event too. So we ended up hearing about some crazy decks and how like the different events were going for people. It was just really fun to hear people's different adventure over the weekend, you could say.
Yeah, definitely. Just looking at some of that, they're doing the qualifiers and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Watching some of that was really, really neat. Because I just got glimpses as I was walking by, but
yeah. And then along with the artists and us, there was House of Cards, the Stronghold, MTG Stronghold. Yeah. I believe that might them. But then there was Face to Face, Fusion Gaming, and I feel like I'm missing one other one. But alas,
I think that was all of them.
That was all of them? Okay, good. I wanted to make sure I got everyone.
Yeah.
But, oh yes, I guess everyone will probably notice that Daniel is not here. So we got back late yesterday. We got back around 8:45-ish, 8:30. And then basically he had to almost go right back to work.
Yeah, he feel bad for him because he had to drive back up to Edmonton, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he had to do another Edmonton trip. But luckily he didn't have to work until like 4 a.m. So he was able to, well, fingers crossed, he was able to actually get some sleep.
That's good.
Yeah, like it was. I was like, we were here. I was hearing all the updates as like they came in as he was going home.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I know that you mainly played your Precon the entire weekend, right? Or some of the games, I should say. I know that you played Wilson, that man-eating bear.
Wilson is listens good. But yeah, I did play the Hobbit Precon more than any other deck there.
You and Daniel loved your hobbits this weekend.
Yeah, it's a very, very good deck. Right out of the box.
I was so upset with my games over the weekend. They did not go well sometimes on Saturday morning. 2 games back to back where it was two lands for like the first 8 turns.
Yeah.
It was absolutely mind-boggling how just my decks did not perform. They had it out for me. Or at least that's how I felt.
Yeah, two lands in back-to-back games is kind of rough.
Daniel was the only reason I was actually able to play stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you, Daniel. If you listen, once you listen to this episode, thank you for giving me treasures, and then I'm pretty sure you killed me.
Yeah.
We ended up meeting a fan, Ross. We got a quick game in with him. He did have to go because he was in a 2-headed giant competition. I believe they got a bye. So they came over and we were playing a quick game with them. But it was a great time meeting him. So really hope that if Calgary, maybe Ross, you come on down to us, get some games in on our home turf.
Yeah, definitely. It was really nice meeting.
He did mention or he sent, I think I sent you the screenshot of the chat. He sent a Facebook message mentioning we should get a rivalry going, Edmonton versus Calgary. Let's go.
Yeah. Love a good bit of friendly competition.
Right? Okay, so now instead of hockey, it's Magic.
Exactly.
That's actually pretty funny. We should actually do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that would be hilarious.
And then there was the Precon events. So we did the Emperor one. We were actually signed up for it right about there. You can see it right there. And I got absolutely massacred.
Oh yeah, you got destroyed in that first game.
Turn 4 for 36 damage with a Winota.
Yep.
I haven't got a beating like that in a while. So the Emperor game, then we got another game with those guys, which it did not go well for them.
No, I don't think any of us had anything happen to us through the course of the second game.
Oh, well, no, there was the wipe that happened.
Oh, that was on the other side though.
Oh, okay. Whoops. Where was I? There we go. Yeah, there was the wipe. I thought it hit. Oh no, because they basically shot themselves in the foot. Now I remember. Do you know the one thing that I actually did not hear anything really about?
What's that?
I heard them for the events, but at the at the like actual face-to-face events, but for games within the content creator area, there was no real complaints about like being blown out by a powerful deck. So it seemed really that the community actually is pretty good, which was nice.
It was really nice that there was a lot of the Rule Zero talk going on about what kind of decks people were playing. So that didn't happen. Because it was really nice to hear that and see that a lot of the games were fair and balanced. At least deck power wise.
Yeah. Like I had no complaints. Like I never got blown out of the water. There was no infinite combos that I really saw.
Everyone seemed to be playing pretty casual.
Yeah. so it was just great games. Like I had no complaints. Even the games that I had 2 lands, I did not feel like there was no
fair.
grumpy Brian.
Yeah, one of something that I still find very funny happened in a game with Brian and I in it. You know exactly what I'm thinking of.
The goose.
No, not the goose.
Oh, not the goose. Okay, so there's 2 things that happened then.
I ended up overstuffing Brian and then killing him with Sanguine Bond and food tokens.
Oh, yeah. That was the same game.
Was it the same game?
Yeah, because Daniel bonked me with the 2020 goose.
Right, yes.
And then you were the one that, like, basically zapped me to finish me off.
Yeah. And then, in that same game, Dan was also playing a halfling life gain deck.
Which, another rule 0 deck. Basically, it's the illegal pairing of 2 halflings.
Mm-hmm.
But it was still fun. Like, he was so excited about that. Like, I let him go through my boxes of the Lord of the Rings stuff that I brought with me. And he basically grabbed, I think, like 45 cards and built it. And then he finished it up with the rares that he brought from home.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and that deck was very fun to play against too.
It was. Like, it went really well for both of you. Like, that deck that you, I guess, like, that's another, like, good topic is the precons, but we'll discuss those later. But, like, those decks were the bane of my existence.
Yeah, they are, once they get going, it's very hard to be able to do much to them. I found. It's because you're always creating a bunch of stuff to help you regain life and usually making blockers or big hobbits.
Well, I think by the time that you need your food, that you have enough mana that you are able to drop or to start cracking your food to gain the life back that you needed. So basically, I'll swing for 6. Okay, I'll pay and I'll sacrifice 2 food tokens and boom, Bob's your uncle. Nothing happened.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually really enjoyed all the different like banners and all the different like things that Face to Face had set up for like photo ops and everything like that.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite things, like if I actually did go to want to really go for it, is those large cards.
Yeah, those were cool. Were they selling those on the prize wall?
Yep. They were 2,000 tickets. Or some of them were 2,000 tickets, some were like 1,500.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I picked up one of their like the top packs because I really wanted the Ultra Pro book bag. Like I saw those like a long time ago and I was like, I want one, but I didn't want to just pitch the money for just the backpack.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, but this came with like a play mat, a really cool coin. Actually, it has the Face to Face tour on the back, and then like an ice cream on the other side.
Yeah, the coin's beautiful.
Yeah, I really like it. Actually, I'm gonna start bringing it out with me so I can. And then I got the special Attracts a playmat out of it. But I also got like those event vouchers. So like while I was playing with people and if I like was having fun with them or they did something fun within their game, or they're just very pleasant to interact with, I was giving them like the little tokens that I got. I think I kept 200 for myself. So I was able to pick up the Lord of the Rings playmat because that's what I wanted.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's fair.
Yeah. But then I gave out, it's like, I was giving them out to just give back to the community, right? Like they came out to get some games in with us and hang out and chill. So if I can help them along their way to getting something cool to commemorate their coming to the event.
Yeah.
Makes me feel a little bit happy.
Yeah, absolutely. To know you're helping someone.
So,
Even like there are some people who are trying to like save all their tickets. Like there's a big like Kamigawa package,
mm,
and even like helping them get a little bit closer. It was cool.
that Kamigawa package was the backpack for it was absolutely breathtaking.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah, it was absolutely stunning.
that purplish pink, kind of like plastic on the back of it, it was just so nice. And like talking about a
Hmm.
blinged out backpack, target number one.
Yeah, no, it was beautiful.
Everyone was so nice. Like Kelly from Face to Face, very very good to interact with and everything like that.
Hmm.
Everyone from Face to Face there was fantastic. All the vendors were great. Um, really, I had nothing bad to say about the event.
Yeah, no, I think it went very very well. And like you were saying, everyone was very pleasant to interact with. No one was salty if they lost or anything like that. That I noticed anyway.
Same, actually. I didn't notice any salt really. I did ask Daniel this yesterday.
Mm.
Um, what would you say was your like number one thing for the event? And what would be the one thing that you would say think about changing to improve or that you didn't like?
Um, one I really liked. There's a lot that I really liked about it. Um, but I like how our area was set up,
Mhm.
where we could all kind of like walk and kind of get anywhere in the commander area, and have like maybe right in the open, so we can be inviting and have people come over to us too.
Yep.
And I noticed that a lot when people were playing games at our table. Other people would kind of migrate over to watch and hang out.
Yeah. A lot of people at first weren't aware that we were like a content creator. They were like, "Oh, I thought you were like set over there for like special people." And then like once you actually started telling them what we w're doing over there, they were like, "Oh, like I'm gonna definitely come stop by later." Like it
Mm-hmm.
was really cool to see like how like again like I think people would enjoy to see themselves on YouTube and stuff like that. They'd be like, "Oh, hey, like there's the game that I was in."
Yeah, absolutely. And being able to, I don't know, it was just a lot of fun to get a bunch of like recorded games in with a whole bunch of different people.
I really wish we actually had like a good internet connection or a good wireless connection because I think streaming the games would have been excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I even was telling Dan on our way home, like if like in the backhand corner, if we got one of the stands that we could like basically periscope up a camera
Mm-hmm.
and basically have it just looking out at the crowd. Because you know, like
Oh, okay.
sometimes for like sports games, they'll have like cameras just kind of panning throughout the crowd,
Mm-hmm.
or I think like it's poker, like when they're in between the head deals and stuff like that. Like you can kind of see the waitresses moving around. You can see the people like actually just doing what they need to do, and I
Mm-hmm.
think it's like you're being there at the event, but not being there at the event.
Yeah, exactly. I think that'd be pretty neat.
Yeah, like went out with the game plan of trying to do that, but without having a really sustainable internet connection to power it, or
Mm.
to at least get the laptop connected to it, wouldn't have it wouldn't have been good. I don't
Yeah.
believe I should have tried it. Maybe, who knows? But
Well,
Calgary will be my. We'll see if this place has a good internet connection.
yeah, definitely. Um, yeah. What was the answer for you? What's something you really enjoyed? Something you would change?
For me, so my number one, I really enjoyed having a nemesis, actually.
Yeah, I know that was fair.
Like, I
He,
always having that challenger when you walk by,
yeah,
and you're like, and giving them the stare down. I think like just good rabble rousing sometimes is
hmm
can really make an event or like just add that extra fun to it.
oh,
Um,
absolutely.
it was just a really enjoyable time. There was just like I came home and I talked about it for like basically an hour and a half straight. My girlfriend
Yeah,
was like, "Okay, we'll go for a walk real quick because you're still talking."
yeah, yeah. Fair enough. It was,
The But the thing that I would change would be like the volume of the announcements. A lot of
yeah,
people
no, that's
did.
very fair.
A lot of people did mention that. Like I don't know if maybe face to face booked there before or things like that. Like I could see it being a learning experience.
hmm
If it is the first time using that system and all that good stuff.
Yeah,
Um, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we learn from our mistakes because that was really loud.
yeah, yeah. There was the speaker like directly above our table too.
I, in all honesty, thought that the announcements would basically be peaking on the videos, that it would
Yeah,
basically be like scrambled because it was loud. But the
mhm.
microphones worked excellent.
Yeah. No, it was surprisingly very quiet.
Oh, and the other thing that I would change is that I could have went and watched Ryan from Commander Cookout's Tolkien
Yeah,
discussion.
yeah. That would have been really cool.
So I wish Daniel was here because he would be able to actually talk a bit more to it because he was helping out with the production of it. But one of the side events for the Command Fest was that Ryan from Commander Cookout, I guess when he was in university or school, he studied Tolkienism, I believe is the term that I heard. The study of Tolkien's work in Lord of the Rings and Middle Earth,
Yeah.
like his meanings and stuff behind the world and all of those items. And I think the conversation was about 45 minutes, an hour.
Yeah, it was a little while. Um, it was like really cool to see them going at it from our table.
Mm-hmm. We were really
Um,
close, actually. I guess I
mm,
should have just opened my ears a little bit more.
yeah,
But I think, like from what Daniel mentioned, it was very engaging. They had a lot of people actually asking questions and engaging conversation. We had wireless mics to pass around and record people's questions and responses.
oh nice.
Yeah, so I think I think Daniel might clean up that audio and kick it on over to Ryan, so
Mm,
that they can put that out. So at least I will be able to watch it at some point in time.
yeah, absolutely. Cause um, that would be something really fun to listen to. Because I know he is very very smart when it comes to Tolkien.
He's very passionate.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's awesome to see.
Yeah.
Um, very much looking forward to hearing that conversation.
Yeah, like I don't know what topics they went on about, like really how far they dived into it.
Mhm.
So definitely I guess when it does come out we'll probably bring it up and mention it again. So keep an eye out for that. Uh the other content creators, I'm umming a lot today. I'm catching them. The Wizards of the North put on the gauntlet.
Yes.
You needed to defeat all of the planeswalkers in the content creators area and content creators and cosplayers in order
hmm
to enter in to win a full Mimeoplasm deck.
Yeah. I saw on Twitter earlier today actually that like 46 people were entered into this gauntlet,
Mm-hmm.
and only one of them completed it,
Yeah.
which was insane. And the guy that did it has a very, very fun Rafik of the Many Voltron deck that he absolutely stomped me with, and it was great the entire time.
Yeah. Like, even with the Voltron deck, I wasn't very salty with. With Voltron, I typically feel picked on, but that was not the case.
No.
But yeah, I actually think that was very... they were telling us the idea, and it was more along the lines of like gym leaders, like collecting gym badges, but they needed to have a way of putting it more into a magic theme. So I believe that they came up with the idea of basically when someone played against us, we were desparked.
Yeah.
Which is a cool twist.
Mm-hmm.
What a twist. And then Ryan did come around. He had to sign. What card did you sign for the deck?
It was Umori, the collector.
I signed a Land of War Elves.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not. Someone's gonna keep this card forever. The Land of War Elves. No one's getting rid of it.
Yeah, exactly.
My name will live on.
Just wanted to remember it until the end of time.
Yeah, every green deck's gonna have my name in it. And then you were doing something too.
Yeah, I was having every time I played with somebody new after the game, I would have them sign a land out of the deck that I played against them.
That was a good idea. We didn't have anyone drop off a land with their names and everything signed, but Slothy went out of his way and he was having everyone sign his lands.
Yeah. I just think it'd be something kind of cool to keep as a
memoir
of all the people that I played against and met.
This was CommandFest Edmonton 2023 deck.
Yeah. And I think I got a good, 20 signatures.
So that's almost all your lands. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We got so many games in. It was fantastic. I got a hat. You got a hat too? Oh, you got two? Yeah. Nice.
No, I just got the one.
Oh, okay. I think you got the orange one. I do like it, but the black looked fancy. And it's like, I don't have well, I guess all my hats are black. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's kind of why I went with the orange one. So my hats are black too.
I should have got the orange one. I think the last thing I really enjoyed was we met another gentleman named Dan, and he introduced us to his Lord and Savior, the format of Type 4.
Yeah, that was really fun.
I did not know what to expect.
Yeah, no. I was a little on the skeptical side, I will admit.
Mm-hmm. Same.
But after playing it, I had an absolute blast.
So, just for the listeners, so Type 4, infinite mana, you can only cast one spell for its CMC, but you can cast unlimited spells for their alternative casting costs.
Mm-hmm. It's like mutate and morph and all.
Yeah, mutate, more flashback, and a few other ones. You can use like creatures' abilities right off the bat. So if you put them in and it's a pay 4 and put a -1/-1 counter on a creature, you can basically machine gun a creature to death. It twisted back and forth from one person having the power to someone else. It was a fantastic game. So I'm really happy Dan really introduced us to it. He did have a few other homebrewed rules. You only started with the number of cards equal to the number of opponents. There's a couple of other ones. Well, I can't remember right now, but It was a lot of fun, and you know what? If you're just sitting around, and you maybe don't have time that you want to actually invest in a real commander game, building a Type 4 block would actually be really fun. Uh,
Hmm.
it puts a lot of your, I guess, like cards, your bulk. Like you could really just build a bulk one.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to worry about all the very high CMC creatures or anything because you got infinite mana.
Yep. And like the only thing that you wouldn't want to add in there is like fireballs, anything with really like an X in the CMC. If it's too broken, that's like I kill everyone turn one.
Yeah, exactly. Big X burn spells are something to look away from. Probably also, actually no, something like a mass manipulation would be fine. I think.
Take all creatures, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know that
Or
I
X.
held like Clone Legion, so like copy all
Yeah.
creatures on the board.
Yeah.
it it just seems like a great idea, um,
Mm-hmm.
and like basically you could really just throw a bunch of stuff together and play it out, and once you actually see how a card behaves,
Mm-hmm.
then remove it.
Yeah, exactly.
The probably to end us off here, Slothy, he purchased the what is this? Where's the name? I'm dumb. Food and Fellowship. It's the partner pairing Frodo, adventurous hobbit, with Sam, loyal attendant. And are you still running those two commanders?
I am not.
So you
Uh,
switched them off the bat,
yeah, I switched them off the bat to Mary Warden of Isengard and Pippin Warden of Isengard.
and they are still partnered together with one another, right?
Yeah.
So still legal pairs, because
Yeah, they
Daniel needs
were.
to break the law or break the rules.
Yeah, there were three legal pairings or commanders from this one.
That's cool.
'Cause you've also got Bilbo as well.
Oh, who does he pair with?
He's just himself.
Oh, okay. Oh, for color combination. Sorry, my apologies.
Yeah. Oh, good. Um, yeah, no
And
idea. Did switch him out right away.
yeah, and I know that like we, as you played it and cards came out, we were quite surprised with the value that was in the deck and just how well it performed. Like we mentioned that there was the exquisite blood, right?
The Sanguine
Sanguine Bond that was in the deck, which sucked me dry, finishing me off with 6 life with 2 food tokens.
Yeah.
I was Slothy Snack.
Um, yeah, I had a ridiculous amount of fun playing this deck. Um, it had things like Birds of Paradise in it, and
Beautiful art, Birds of Paradise.
oh, absolutely
Was it?
stunning art.
Did it come out foil or was it a non-foil one?
It was not foil,
Boo.
but I think there's probably the foil version in the
Somewhere's
set
in
or
somewhere's in the set boxes.
yeah.
I didn't pull one, so womp womp.
Um, yeah, like, there was a ton of value in that one, and a bunch of new cards that worked very well.
I was surprised by the amount of food like items, which do you know what? Like the underlying story of The Lord of the Rings is food. They eat all the
Mm.
bloody time.
Yeah, absolutely. Second breakfast.
Yeah. Hopefully started this. So it was really cool to see how everything worked. Cause like I think other people were saying that it's really nice to see more food commanders because the only other one was like Gorm the chef.
Yeah, it is nice to have at least some options, and if you're running it with the Mary Pippin pairing, it's just bonkers once you start getting multiple foods out.
Do you have them available to read?
I do.
What did
Um,
they do?
so Mary, Warden of Isengard, is 1 a green and a white for a 1/4 legendary halfling advisor. partners with Pippin, Warden of Isengard, and whenever one or more artifacts enter the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token with lifelink. This ability triggers only once each turn. And then Pippin, Warden of Isengard, is a black and a green for a 2/2 halfling advisor, partners with Mary. 1 in, tap it to create a food token, or you can tap it to sacrifice 4 foods to have other creatures you control get +3/+3 and haste until end of turn.
That right there. That right there hurts.
The fact that it costs no mana.
Yeah.
For the second ability.
It and then I know the pairing that Daniel did was I don't actually know the names of the cards, but it was whenever a hobbit comes into play, or whenever a halfling comes into play, or whenever a halfling or a hobbit attacks, create a food token. He was sitting there with 16 foods.
Yeah. It was insane.
I was not pleased being hit and having a goose buffed to the point that it was threatening my life. It was the most jacked cobra chicken I have ever seen.
Yeah. I'm very glad Dan and I had an understanding in that game, and then just decided to spend 45 minutes after killing the other 2 players just gaining life.
Yeah. You guys killed me and the other player, and I'm pretty sure I walked around the convention for about an hour until you guys actually finished. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I remember you walked away, came back 20-25 minutes later. I was like, are you guys still going?
This game's still going on? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's got a 16 bird and...
Yeah, I guess for the listeners, how did that game finish?
That game finished, Dan ended up getting my life total down, and he ended up winning that one. Just by swinging with a bunch of creatures.
Bunch of big stompy halflings. However, that turns out.
He ended up getting the... because he had the Elven Chorus out too.
Okay.
He ended up getting some lucky cards off of that, and my 1/1 production just wasn't enough to stop him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't keep up. But again, that was a Precon deck going against a 50-50.
Yeah.
50 cards, 50% of the cards from the set, 50 of the cards maybe not from the set, maybe a little bit tuned, but I wouldn't even say tuned. It was kind of slapped together, and he was going to see how it played. So it's really, really a bit different. But you went up against 2 other non-Precon decks. I wasn't playing Precon. I can't even remember which commander I was playing. But
I think you're playing Omnath for that one.
Was I playing my Phyrexians? Gotcha.
Yeah, I remember, because that's why I hit you with the Sanguine Bond.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, because I pulled the Praetors, and I at least had a board state. Yeah, okay, I'm remembering now.
Yeah.
I would have won, Slothy.
That was the problem.
I needed Phyrexian needed to come to the Middle Earth. Can you imagine a Phyrexian Sauron? Let's go.
Oh no.
Yeah, there's bad news bears.
Yeah.
A Phyrexian super mage.
I think it's fine. It's manageable.
It's good, guys. It's good. Don't worry. Don't worry about that little guy. But I have all of them here. I have all the Precons. I've been tired since I got back. I've looked at them. I've kind of looked at the cards on the back of it to kind of get an understanding of what they're looking to do. I think I might go, and the first one that I'm going to open and build is going to be the Riders of Rohan.
Is that Eowyn?
Yeah.
Nice.
I have wanted to build a human deck.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have Rick Grimes, like I have a couple other of the good lords for the human, or
Yeah.
human sub theme. But also Knights had the last precon that came out, so
Mm-hmm.
I was even already tempted to build a human knight deck then, but she has the draw on her, so if I have 6 or more knights or humans, I get to draw a card.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, so I think I'm gonna try to build that one. We'll see how I get into it,
Mm-hmm.
or when I get to it. Like we'll see. Um, I did get some really good pulls on the boxes that I opened too. I was going
Yeah.
through. I got 4 Orcish Bowmasters. Um,
That's,
full art foil, full art, and then 2 of the normal ones, which are still, I'm surprised, around $40.
oh, geez.
Um, the Orcish Bowmaster's already on the chopping block. Like I
Mm-hmm.
saw a post mentioning that we're watching it.
Yeah. Yeah, they mentioned
The
the
bats
Bowmaster
too.
and Mirkwood Bats, which is in the Hobbit Precon.
The oh, is it?
It is,
That's
yeah.
funny. That makes
Yeah.
sense for it. Do you know what? And I just realized that it's gonna work great. The Mirkwood Bats is gonna work great in Rankle and Torbrand too.
Oh, yeah.
That one is being like I've been working on that one. Rakdos is not my strong suit, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
or sacrificing tokens to do things. Or root just really salty commanders is not my it's not my go-to thing. Besides, I guess Elish Norn.
Yeah. Salty Commanders are not my thing.
Elish Norn. That deck's
Even the
fun.
LTVs.
The 3 games though that I did play Elish Norn and it really performed, I basically treated it as a group hug deck. I went and
Yeah.
fetched out a bunch of different lands, and then I blinked in the person that let everyone else go and find the difference of lands doubled.
Yeah.
I may taketh, but I also will give,
Yeah.
as
Fair.
long as I'm not being picked on.
I would
But
never pick on you in a game.
everyone picks on me. Brian has to die first. Even the people that we're playing with in real life are starting to realize that.
Yep. Perfect.
So what cards, I guess to finish us off here, so for the Food and Fellowship Precon, since you played it over the weekend, what cards would you add in to try to buff it up even further, or to, I guess, help theme it up because it's food?
Um, it kind of depends how mean you want to be with it. Um, I think adding things like an Aetherflux Reservoir and All Harmless
Yes.
Archive would be very good in there, as well as any like token doubler,
Doubling
like
Season,
Doubling Season,
Anointed
Anointed
Procession,
Procession,
Mondrak.
yeah, Mondrak, Parallel Lives, or is that one just counters?
I think, no, that's tokens.
Oh, okay.
No,
Um,
maybe counters. No, hard scales counters. Parallel lives is,
hmm,
I'm pretty sure, token.
okay. I also, one of the few upgrades I've done to this deck already is I've thrown in the Delighted Halfling. Because there's so many legendary creatures in this deck already.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to get like any mana for it and have it not be countered is awesome.
That the ability to not have your stuff countered on a stick is very nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a very nice addition.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite cards from this set, easily.
Yeah, I think I got 4. Daniel probably has my 5th in his deck that he built. He was like, "Can I use this?" I was like, "Sure." I was like, "I'm not using them currently." And I was like, I had in our
Yep.
box. I was like, I'll see if I can pull another one.
Mm-hmm. One more upgrade that I think works very well with this, particularly this pairing, is Inspiring Leader.
Was that one too? Is that
That's the background that gives creature tokens +2/+2.
Ooh.
That makes all of your soldiers that are coming in gain you a food's amount of life every time they attack or
Yeah.
block.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I do enjoy that, actually. That's really cool. I didn't hear about that background, so I'm gonna have to look into that for my token decks too. Is it a white background?
Yeah, that's 2 and a white.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that one. That's actually a really cool background.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites that they released.
So with that, guys, we're gonna call it a day here. So that was our thoughts, and like I look forward to the next episode too, when we can get Daniel on and recap it with his thoughts and things along those lines. If an event comes by, do try to head out, engage with the content creators. Like it's a blast. For me, really, I haven't done much since the pandemic. Like I haven't interacted with strangers, really anything along those lines. So this was just really putting me back to the place that I really thrive. I love meeting new people, talking, and just being passionate about the things that we love. So it was a great time to be out there and engage. So highly recommended if there is an event in your town or somewhere's within a decent driving range. I say do it. Go out, have fun, live a little, right? We're only young once.
Yeah, exactly.
And with that, again, thank you for listening. To help support the show, make sure to check out our Patreon page. You can find all of our content on our website, intothe99.com. You can find us on podcast anywhere you can listen to a podcast, Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify. Just there's so many different platforms. I'm not gonna lie. Additionally, thank you to our current patrons, Thunder Emperor Command, Whipsaw, and Strange Ronin. We appreciate your guys' support, and thank you to everyone that came up and said hello to us. It meant a lot at the event, and Ross, you made our week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for sharing your dice tower and just bringing your community's welcome to the event. It was a great time. And with that, guys, we bid you adieu.
See you later.